Seriously.
I am. I'm going to give myself an extra shot of whatever's in there. Nothing.
I wonder, like, on radio or like talk shows, how they're constantly going to their mug.
Yes.
It doesn't look like they're really drinking anything, dude. But whatever.
Now we know, because we're not drinking anything. No, it's all promo.
It literally is all promo. That's what we brought him out here for. Have a look behind us, Michelle.
I know. Oh my God.
It's not amazing.
It's beautiful.
I mean,
oh my God.
I can't stop telling you what an incredible club you guys ended up buying, but good Lord.
I know.
I mean, we're on location now. Your studio's kick ass at your house, but we're on location. We're here. We're at your gorgeous club. I get to call this a place where I get to teach now.
Yeah.
I'm so fired up.
Y'all can come visit.
Oh man. Well, we've been throwing it out there last week, right?
Yeah.
The podcast drill.
Yes.
Destination. I mean, you guys come be a part of this right here.
Yeah.
We got 2 red clay.
Beautiful red clay. Well,
I mean,
French open style red clay.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we live in Texas and there's a number. I've seen clay courts all over the state. Mm-hmm. We often get that hard, true green, and nothing wrong with it. It's more cost effective. To be perfectly honest, Michelle, it's an undertaking to have clay courts and to maintain them. And
oh, absolutely. Right? Don't they like water from underneath or something crazy?
It's a hydration system from underneath, 100%.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you have to literally hand water them, right?
Right.
They require...
Do I got to do that?
What? No. I'm going to pass that off to Joe. No,
that's my husband. Joe, that's Joe's job.
Well,
yeah.
He's kicking us down there somewhere doing something.
That's true. That's true.
But anyways, no. If you don't have an irrigation or a hydration system underneath, you do have to get out there and literally hand water them. They'll dry up big time. And I'll tell you what, if you've never slipped over, anyways, you don't want to be on extra dry.
Okay.
Clay. Not safe.
All right. Can I play like Nadal on those? Are you going to teach me? Is that what you've said?
Right. We're going to... next question. No.
That's next drill.
We're going to...
Come on out.
They're here
the Nadal drill. Why are you laughing?
I'm not at all. No, you guys can definitely do it. Part of just side note, part of having clay is learning how to look cool when you slide.
Oh,
on your feet, right?
That's a drill.
You know,
can I just look cool in general?
We're not gonna if we're filming it, we're not gonna actually show where the shot went. We're just gonna show you sliding, super duper cool.
Oh, I like that slow mo.
Right.
Okay,
that'll be one of our next videos on YouTube, right?
Let's do it.
But anyways, gorgeous. We have 2 incredible French Open clay here. We don't always see the red. The crushed brick is what it actually is.
It is?
Yeah, it's crushed brick.
Really?
It's powdered brick, more or less.
Who does that?
I don't know.
Where do they do that?
There's a famous dude in France. Only one guy you
He has a hammer. He's crushing the brick.
There's a series of questions you have to answer to even be allowed near him. But no, but it's kind of like, to be honest, it's kind of like champagne, the real champagne. From France, and to be able to have the privilege to play on some real crushed red brick, super duper cool. I've not played on it more than a handful of times in my entire time.
Wow, so it's so exciting. So it's special. What you're saying is unique.
It is. I love it. This club. I mean, heck, I'd be saying this even if you guys didn't buy this and I didn't have the privilege of teaching out here. It's a super sweet. I was just talking about it before we went on how. It has all the features, y'all, of just extra room behind the baseline. We got lights that are state of the art, well lit. It's obvious, Michelle, that the people that built this place and maintained it handled it with great care, and we're very respectful of how they handled this place. It's first class. It really is.
Awesome. Cheryl Scott, shout out to Cheryl Scott. You did you and your husband did an amazing job. It has such nice bones to it, right? That they really cared, and they built it for their love for tennis.
Yeah,
and you can feel that when you see it, when you play it. And one thing I also really appreciate is there's places to sit and hang out between the courts that are under shade, have nice chairs. I mean, for the wine drinker.
Well, shut up.
But for us, that are not going to Wimbledon.
Yeah.
But it's so nice to be able to play and then relax a little bit, or you can watch somebody.
Yeah,
it's so easy to watch somebody.
Those little things like we just said with the extra room behind the baseline.
Which I need.
I do talk with my hands, by the way.
I know.
Now I'm cut.
Now they can see.
Yeah,
now they can see.
But just those little things you just said, a covered canopy between the courts.
Yeah.
You know, you're cheering on your team. Your match has already gone off. An important match is right there.
Yeah.
You know, again, I don't think there was no little thing that they didn't pay quite attention to detail on this joint to make it the overall really good experience. So we had an incredible grand reopening party here.
Oh my
Sunday.
God. Huge party.
Oh my God.
Huge.
200.
So, over 300 people.
I didn't know it was that much.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard 250,
but yeah.
You know,
we were scared. We're like, oh crap, stop marketing, because it's how do we handle that many people?
I mean, what a good problem to have.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's a little bit off the beaten path.
Yeah.
And so to get, you know, hats off to you guys first off for putting on what an incredible event that I was gracious to be a part of and market it and get that interest and people to come here. But, you know, a lot of these people that came, I teach and I see them throughout the week.
So fun.
The buzz, it was cool. First off, they're excited.
Yeah, people are excited.
The community's excited about being a part of what we have. And second, that was the second most feedback. They said, look, that place just felt like it was a place to congregate. You know, we have a great veranda here.
Yeah.
In addition to what you just said, the nice little places between courts, but it has, I think, bones is the right word. It has a great feel to it.
Yeah.
Not just for us and not just for the members, but of course for the peeps that are going to come be a part of our podcast drill, that are going to get to experience it and take a girl's trip.
So excited.
Take a guy's trip.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
I'm so excited about it. I'm excited to meet y'all.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
yeah.
I think that's part of it too.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we get the privilege of getting on here each week and talking about what we love.
Yeah.
And sharing it with you guys out there that love that as well. So I think getting to meet you guys and coming face to face and not just that, playing tennis.
Playing tennis. I know.
Having a beer.
Sharing our love of tennis.
You know?
I love it.
I think we're uniting it a little bit worldwide.
Paraguay. Bulgaria.
Shout out.
Hello.
We got some, you know what? We got some love in Great Britain.
I saw that.
Our last episode.
Yes.
It made, I think, top 100 episodes in Great Britain.
So good.
Little love for the UK. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah.
You know?
I love it. Hello. Hawaii. Oh, I don't know if Hawaii's on there, but...
You went to school there, is that
I
right?
went to school there. Go UH.
That's right.
Go Rainbows.
Drop a little alma mater. What?
Yeah.
But I think what we keep kind of gushing about is that we're on location for the first time today.
Yeah.
We're here at the club.
I hope all the audio visual works.
Yeah. We'll see later.
If not, we'll do it all over again.
Right. Yeah. I think we have a drill tomorrow, don't we?
We do have a drill, so
Get
we
on
can do it all over
camera
again.
We need to.
Okay.
You know?
Sounds good.
But I'm thrilled to be here. It's a 67-degree day here in Central Texas.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
And,
before starting, you're like, can I wear my sunglasses? Because I need to wear them. It's so damn sunny, which is a great problem.
Well,
yeah.
To have this gorgeous of a day, I'm wearing a coat. I'm wearing a light jacket.
Yeah.
This is,
wearing our shorts.
You know, it's funny too, Michelle, this is our fault. Like, it's late November.
It's true.
It's almost Thanksgiving, and the drive out here, I could not... You saw it, the beautiful oranges. And
it's so beautiful. Oh my God.
So this part of the, I'll tell you what, if you guys are planning on a trip out here, November's a pretty
It's a nice time.
Right?
It's a nice time. Play some tennis. Eat some Thanksgiving turkey. Get out and play some tennis.
You got to.
Work it off. Dude. Work it off. Work it off. All right. So let's talk some tennis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I want to learn something.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So on the heels of last week, we talked a lot of single strategy. I'm listening back and you know, not just that, but knowing how important the spin, and I made a big deal about topspin and the ability to. We'll dive into it a little bit more today, but you know, we were discussing, you know, our next topic, and you know, if there was a mission statement for tennis, and Judy Murray recently went on Twitter and defended Kyrgios, and we brought it up a few times, but the underhand spin serve.
Right? It's
been a hot topic this year.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yes.
And one, Mr. Rafael Nadal did not appreciate it, first off, at all.
No.
And I'll tell you what, half the tour, if not more, would consider it somewhat bush league. It's not against the rules, but
I have to say, even in my 4-0 USTA, we consider it bush league.
Yeah, if you saw somebody do that, you're like, that's what you think about me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wait, hello. What you doing? So, come on, give me a serve.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think universally it's considered a sign of I don't respect you or I don't have to do more than this to beat you, right? Which when these guys are, when you're doing it to Fed has him in majors, but man, we've said it a few times. He might be number one by the end of it all.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Matter of fact, Fed might be 3, Michelle, by the end of it all. Djokovic, I think Djokovic and Nadal might pass him.
Really?
In Grand Slams. Yeah, I really do.
Prediction here.
They got time left.
Ryan Vega.
They got time left. If I'm wrong, don't email me. I was just joking about that email address. No. But I want all feedback. But anyways, Kyrgios got in that trouble for that underhand serve, and Judy Murray came famously to his defense, and I can't disagree with her. She said, listen, guys, the entire premise of tennis is to outmaneuver your opponent through the various uses of spin, pace, and change of location with the ball.
Sure.
And I'd like to cover that today.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Those 3 things, because I think, wow, it's hard to wrap everything into an umbrella in tennis, but those are our essential weapons. I don't know if I like that word. The things we go to and try to have a great blend of to, again, outmaneuver our opponent and get the upper hand.
I like that. I want to do that.
I think so. Let me start with this.
Okay.
And heck yeah, who doesn't want to do that?
Yeah.
But I think that the average club player, we get too one-dimensional.
Right.
So,
well, I would think so. You meaning, so what's an example?
Okay. Johnny Muscles is kill, crush, destroy.
We all know one of them.
Several of them.
Yeah.
You guys know this dude. Headband, real tight.
Yeah.
Cut off sleeves.
Yes.
Protein shakes. Anyways.
But very messily.
Yeah.
But I can hit the shit out of it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like, ripping it. And listen, they're 1 out of every 10 balls that they crush, they're like, fist pump in your face. Be like,
but I don't even think they care that it went out.
No.
They're just like, look how fast that was.
I absolutely.
Oh my God, that was amazing.
Tattoo that ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we got that dude. We have, if we're using spin, let's say that we have somebody who is dependent only on slice, only on backspin. We've seen somebody along those lines as well.
Sure.
And I'll tell you what, out of those 2, the person who's more dependent on just spin, I think has the upper hand just from a consistency standpoint,
right.
Being able to get more balls in play.
But let's talk about that for a second.
Sure.
So on the tour, it feels like it is all muscle. It's less of the slicey spin stuff, right? at the top.
Right. Okay. So
is it because they're consistent with their strength?
Man, Michelle. So I actually had this conversation earlier with one of my juniors.
Okay.
He was trying to do exactly that. Actually, last night I did my first lesson here last night.
That's so cool. I love it.
Really pumped, by the way.
So with lights.
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It's so fun.
Fired up about lights.
It's so cool.
But I was here last night, and he's a perfectionist. This young man. God bless him. I admire his work ethic, his drive, his determination. But he almost wants that unattainable perfect ball, where he's crushing, but also.
Don't we all?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I had to tell him, listen, homie, cool back. 20% we write off.
Sure.
And I want like a 60, 70% of, we've talked about it in drills.
Right.
That 70% ball. He said, man, I don't want to just float one in. I said, you need to get rid of that mentality. You're not just floating one in.
Right.
But when you start with that 60, 70% ball, and that becomes a little bit more reliable, and you start to be able to rely on that, and you heat it up a little, and you heat it up a little.
Right.
All of a sudden now your rally ball, your consistent ball takes on the looks of a more aggressive ball. So what we're seeing in the pros, that is their rally ball. That's scary, right?
That is scary.
Yeah, when they're just going toe-to-toe at the baseline, that's their rally ball.
Oh.
They're just in a different... every one of their rally balls is the best ball I've ever hit, right?
Oh, yeah.
So...
I hear that, yeah.
You are seeing just a premium version of what I'm talking about. But there are guys who throw more slice in than others. And Ash Barty, let's talk about her. That sweet double-handed slice that she has.
Yeah.
Right? That's one of her biggest weapons.
Sure.
Fed has the best one-handed slice we've ever seen.
Oh, my God.
It's incredible. But, it has, the game has also evolved to where it's a little bit more crush from the baseline, a little bit less.
Like when I think of Serena, I think of just crush from the baseline, power, right? Pure power.
It's also unfair that she can hit it that big. And still be God bless, a mother, a wife, a female that can crush it like that. You know what I mean?
Knock crap out of it. I know.
It's impressive.
Yeah. And that's how you become, one of the world's best.
Probably the best of all time, right?
Yeah.
If we're looking at, and she'll get 24, I hope.
Yeah.
I do.
She will.
I think so.
I mean,
she's at this point, speaking of the mental side, I think it's become a little bit mental for her at this point. She's lost 3 finals now.
Oh, that's interesting. Where she lost, where she was second.
Yeah.
Oh, second is the worst.
Made it to the final.
Yeah. No, you're right. And then she's probably psyching herself out a little bit.
Well, right.
You're like,
and even the best player that we've ever seen on the women's side is guilty of potentially going, okay, I'm here. Let's do it this time, right?
Right.
But anyhow, back to what you're saying. Yeah. We see a lot more or crush, but that is their rally ball. I mean, that's we got to put it in perspective. And then I think this the third one we can utilize more at the club level, and that's changing up the location of where we hit the ball.
Okay.
Not getting too pigeonholed into hitting it in a similar vicinity all the time.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so back to what Judy Murray said, and I love it. She put it in a nutshell. We do our best to have a combination of how hard we hit it, what kind of spin we put on it,
right,
and where we put the ball.
Okay.
And have a running log in your head throughout any given match on what you've done and how you can keep them off balance and maybe, keep them guessing a little bit.
Sure.
But also understanding what worked, what is not, what they're not able to adjust to.
Right.
Things along those lines. And so can we start with spin?
Let's start with spin.
You cool with that?
Okay, I'm going to check this. Everybody bear with me. First time. We're still recording.
Ooh.
Woohoo! All right.
Very good.
Let's start with spin.
Okay. So last week we talked a lot about topspin.
Okay.
And we said that in the singles game, I think we utilize it a bit more with so many more ground strokes hit. And the value of it, the ability to brush up the backside of the ball, create that end over end spin.
Right.
That will not only pull the ball down into the court, but also kick up, present a little bit more difficulty for the opponent.
Okay.
Up out of their strike zone, ideally.
So I have a question on that.
Talk to me.
Because I'm learning topspin. You're teaching me topspin.
Right.
But, and to be fair, I played a lot of racquetball. So I have a 2-handed forehand. I had to do that so I wouldn't have so I wouldn't hit it like a racquetball,
right.
which
Slap
is
it.
low, right? And into it's
sure.
totally different.
Yeah.
So, but by doing that, I have slice and I don't have topspin, but I'm very accurate as well. And as a club player, and 2 of my nationals teams, or 2 of my 3-0 teams went to nationals. And I mean, at 3-0, which is not a super high level, but it didn't lose a lot.
Yeah.
And then I got double bumped from 3-0 to 4-0.
Wow. That
Right?
doesn't happen very often, by the way.
No,
So.
with no topspin. Right? But a lot of accuracy, and also just I also am very defensive human. Like I can get a lot of things back.
Right.
And I guess one thing I'm finding, and I guess that's why I'm working on topspin, is that I've reached a plateau. I've reached a peak where people, like women at the 4-0 and 4-5, they beat me.
Right.
So is that maybe can you put some context on that? Like
course.
why would being at a lower level work with not having topspin, and why now do I need to have topspin to get to the next level?
So at 3-0, you're not going to see any adult player that at 3-0 played as a child or was a junior player.
Yes.
Or
unless they were really sandbagging, self-rating.
Yeah. Or that
I've seen those.
Or that killer 3-0.
Don't do that.
That killer 3-0 win was just imperative that you had that 3-0 under your belt.
Right.
We're like, you played at Cal? Okay, that's not cool.
That's not cool. That's not cool.
No, but okay. So as you reach the higher levels, the 4-0 and the 4-5, you encounter people that played as kids,
right,
had this training as children. Which, heck, I gave a lesson to a little 10-year-old girl this morning, and that's exactly what we were working. I was topspin.
Oh, yeah.
I think she's 9 actually, but
that's so cool.
Anyhow, so we're already, and this is what we do. We teach adults, we teach juniors. Oftentimes, very different lessons, but sometimes, as we're talking about, and you get to the higher levels, and you realize, hey, I'm dealing with people that played as a kid,
right?
That have this background, this training, they understand this topspin.
Sure.
And for me to kind of keep up with the Joneses and be able to utilize some of the same strengths they have,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to add this to my game.
Sure.
And so
Sure.
to answer your question, I think that's why you're not seeing balls kick up out of your face at 3-0 level, because for the most part, most of us out there that got into tennis as an adult, we start off at the 3-0 level.
Right.
And that's when we teach you guys, that's not something we're going, hey, listen, so here's the grip. And here's how I want you to hit it. Oh, and by the way, I need you to put some wicked topspin on it right away. That's not the first. That's not day one. No.
Got it.
Technique and just this sport's hard enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just getting a feel for how we should strike the ball, how we should move, how we should set up.
Sure.
Is 90% of it. So
we got it.
What you're finding at the 4-0 and getting into the 4-5 level is you're seeing players that played as juniors, played competitively, maybe collegiately.
Yeah.
And you see the effects of this good topspin ball.
Right.
And understand also that this might be something I need to add to my game to keep up with what's going on.
That makes so much sense, Ryan. You're absolutely right. Right? And you know who beats me the worst? Is people are like, oh, I haven't played for a while, but I played when I was younger. I'm like, oh. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, dude. Because it's just in them. It's that muscle memory. It doesn't go away. So I think that's a great point.
I was talking with Vaughn earlier. I think you know.
Yeah.
Vaughn.
Hi, Vaughn.
Hi, Vaughn. We were talking about exactly this morning.
Yeah.
It's her daughter Holly. Actually, I was teaching topspin too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's a talented little girl. About that.
That makes me. Well, I'm not surprised. Okay. Vaughn is amazing.
Well, yeah. And her and Scott are
oh, it's Scott. It's a great player too.
Impressive people, yeah. I mean, great players themselves.
Yeah.
But I said, listen, Vaughn, if somebody had played as a kid, I can feed them one ball and know instantly if they played as a kid or not. It's just in your DNA.
Yeah.
It's in your vernacular. It's become part of how you understand how to operate like that.
Sure.
Whereas I'll tell you what, if you tried to teach me, hell, I don't know, any given ice. I'm not going to get back to ice skating, but any sport that I've not done.
I want to see that. Yeah.
Maybe one day.
I could see us out there. I'll be like, Ryan. Yeah.
Just a good lift.
We'll do it. Oh, we
already said it's the other ultimate partnership, right?
Let's do it.
But
okay.
But anyways, whatever. Any sport that I was not brought into as a child, I'm sure that instructor would see that I didn't have it from the get-go, right?
Of course.
Now, that being said, there are certain physical, impressive specimens that are just built to know sports, that even if they came in as an adult, you can get them up to that level.
Totally.
But having them as a child, having them as a child and teaching them that early on, it's certainly, you can see it as a problem.
That makes sense.
There's no doubt about it.
That makes sense. But once again, because I am competitive 4-0, and that the way my ball hits, well, you know.
Yeah. You've seen it a few times.
You know. Yeah. It doesn't bounce up. It kind of skips because it has backspin instead of topspin. Yeah. And so why do you want topspin instead of backspin?
Okay. So they do exactly the opposite thing. So whereas the topspin kicks up out of your strike zone. Yeah. Ideally. It can present, and it actually builds a little speed. Yeah. It jumps after it hits the ground. Yeah. And can really kind of sling or springboard off the court. Yeah. And again, ideally making an opponent deal with a higher ball out of their strike zone, something they're not comfortable with. Sure. The slice, the backspin, does exactly the opposite thing. Yeah. It scoots, stays low, skids. Yeah. And gets out of their strike zone in the other way, down low. Now, when it comes to doubles, which again, most of us club players play dubs, when you want to move in behind a shot, isn't that a nice option? A ball that skids low, stays way low. The pass, the lob is maybe a little bit more difficult to deal with. But again, the disparity, a ball that kicks up and out of their strike zone, a ball that slides and scoots and stays beneath their strike zone. Exactly. Aren't we trying to, and we're going to go to location in a minute, but get them out of position. Right. Also, if we're utilizing the spin, make a deal with a lower or a higher ball. Sure. And use the combination of the three things we're talking about today, pace, spin, and location, or moving around the opponent around the court to, again, outmaneuver, make life difficult, do everything we can to basically avoid these two shots. A flatter ball that kind of pops waist high that they can get into. Right. And then when you're at the net, leaving them, well, who hadn't, right?
Yeah.
Leaving them with a high attackable volley.
Sure, okay.
Those are the two things we're trying to stay away from.
All right. So it is, but nobody does like I do in the pros, even though it's. So why do you want top spin instead of skipping?
Well, you want both, ideally.
But the pros don't.
What do you mean? Like.
Or maybe they do.
Okay, so they don't slice nearly as much as they top spin. That's for sure.
Oh, okay. It's just a percentage, and they have the one hander. Like I think of Fed in his backhand. Yeah. Okay.
So if you look at Nadal too, he uses a slice, but it looks really weird because he's not left-handed, right? He's right-handed as a human. Okay. So his slice is a little bit funky because he's using his non-dominant hand, and as you said. In other sports, we don't do things on the other side of our body, right?
Right.
And especially with our non-dominant hand.
Sure.
And so his looks kind of funky. They do slice, Michelle. They mix it up.
Okay.
It's just not nearly as prevalent in the game as it used to be.
And why?
I don't know. I think that
I stumped the Ryan.
No, I mean I could. Okay, point for you. Good job.
No, I'm winning the podcast.
Remember a couple podcasts ago when you're like, I wish there could be like a number.
A number, yeah.
Good job. 1-0.
Yeah.
1-0.
Yeah. Now I don't want you to be on the offensive and get me back. I'm a little nervous. I'm nervous. Shit.
No.
Okay.
I think it has everything to do with what we've said before too. The evolution of the racket, the technology,
right?
Being able to crush a little more, the finesse. So when you make contact with the ball, one of three things are going to happen. You're going to create the pace.
Right.
You're going to be responsible for creating the pace.
Right.
You're going to take pace away, which is mainly slice or spin, something along those lines.
Right.
Or you're going to reuse the pace on the rise, half volley, return to serve.
Okay.
So it's a ta-da, right off the bounce, right?
Okay.
And so there used to be a heck of a lot more taking pace off the ball, finesse, angle, cut. Get into the net, serve and volley, not really even hit many ground strokes.
Sure.
And the game has literally gotten to a point where it's so big, so strong,
right?
So MPHs, RPMs, brute force, and we've paid with the athlete we've engineered too is capable of doing this for 6 hours, literally. I think we've seen a little less of the finesse side of the game on the tour, at least.
I guess when you have speed and you can hit it as hard as you can, like you said, RPMs, there's less of a ceiling.
Yeah.
Right? Than if you with a slice, you can only hit it so hard or do so much with it.
Right.
But with RPMs, it's like Nadal. What did you say? His RPMs like
5,500.
Yeah, it's some crazy amount, right? Yeah. And I also think when I play against somebody with top spin, with really big top spin, one thing that drives me nuts is I think the ball's going out and it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's out. And then it bounces right next to me. I'm like, what just happened?
Oh, dude.
That was going out. And so I do think they can get a lot more power. I mean, that's I think your whole point.
Well, and it pulls the ball back down.
Pulls
the court,
it down.
Like you just said.
So they can have power with the RPMs. So it allows them to have that power.
I mean, think about the combination, Michelle.
Yeah.
What great top spin offers you, and that is efficiency and effectiveness at the same time. We're increasing your efficiency and your effectiveness.
Ooh, I like that.
Right? And so a ball that will literally pull down for you is now going to kick off the court and kick up into your face. And if you don't, back to reusing the pace, if you don't know how to take it on the rise.
Sure.
Heck, dude, why aren't we doing that all day to the opponent? You 3-5, 4-0s out there, even 3-0s. I'm cool with that too. I mean, why not? I mean, we're learning the game, like I said a minute ago, but we don't necessarily dive into topspin in lesson 2. But I urge everyone out there to play with the ball. Learn how to create some spin on the ball.
Yeah.
If I had a racket here, I'd show you. But I had a coach when I was younger.
We're going to bring a racket to the next one.
I think that I'm so physical in the podcast.
You don't need a racket. Use your iPhone to like this.
Give me a Bluetooth and I'll just stand it behind you and demonstrate. No.
Yeah, I like it.
But I had and I'll show you guys out there. If you had a racket, he would just have us spin the ball to ourselves. Just play with it.
Oh.
Keep it going. Cut it, and it would just be spinning, and you cut it. cut it. And it pops up to yourself. And it's just something you can do to start to understand how to move the strings along the ball.
Just to get the feel of it.
Exactly right.
Oh.
And feel is everything.
Can we do that tomorrow in our drill?
Why not?
I like it.
I mean, again, just getting feel for the ball.
Okay.
Because back now we'll move on to pace here in a minute, and the importance, or if I'm being honest, maybe the lack of importance of pace in some instances.
Interesting.
We don't necessarily have to crush, right?
No, absolutely not.
I mean, matter of fact, it's recommended. We talked about it last time. Trying to arm wrestle this sport and just crush it can get you in trouble.
Yeah.
Right? But finding that blend of 75 to 80% and in this has a heck of a lot to do with what you choose for your racket speed.
Sure. Can I comment on that?
Of course, please.
So I played this morning against these two ladies, and it was very deceptive because their serves weren't hard.
Okay.
And really their groundies weren't that hard.
Yep.
But they'd come to the net and then put it away. And we're like, whoa! So it was much harder to play them than somebody that's, pedal to the metal continuously, right? Because then you're ready and you're like, all right, it's coming hard. But it would come soft. Right? That first ball, this nice little pooper. And then you'd come up and they'd go, wham!
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what? I wasn't ready for that because the last one you hit was so soft.
They lulled you to sleep.
They totally lulled me and my partner to sleep.
Yeah.
It was awful. And we lost like 2. And it feels like every time we podcast, I'm like, I lost again.
Can we
change that?
Can you just tell them that you won? Because I'm your coach. No, I'm just joking.
And it wasn't even like a tie break. It was 2-3. Well, they beat us pretty good. But it was a little mental. And I know you talk about that a lot, like taking people off of their timing. They did that so well. Yeah. But I think that's an example of
100%.
That was very effective.
But understanding how to change the pace of the ball.
Yeah.
Especially on a dime like that.
Yeah.
Guess what? We're talking about spin again. Knife one in, hustle in, crush.
Yeah.
Pop a big volley.
Yes.
So knowing when to turn the knobs up, knowing when to pop, and knowing when to smooth out. And there you go. You felt it almost like holy shit, I didn't realize you were going to come in and do that.
No, you just went from a 3-0 to a 4-0 in like a matter of 2 seconds. I mean, like, what?
What a fascinating game that we get to talk about, and this is part of it.
Yeah.
And we've put it under the umbrella of knowing how to change your pace, your spin, and your locations.
Right.
But that ultimately, what you're just saying, is what ends up happening when you have a good command of all those things.
Right.
Now, if we're talking real technical, first off, not having good control of your wrist or lack of wrist activity is paramount for all of this, right?
Okay, yeah, right.
We can't speed the racket up, or when you wrist roll, you speed the racket up whether you wanted to or not.
Sure.
So having a good command technically on that is number one.
Right.
You have to have that first before you can even start to play with mixing up all the spin. But think about what you said and what just happened. Nice little soft slice, speed in. You're like, I got some time. You look up,
boom,
pop off a high ball. Right?
Yeah,
and
it was awful.
Well, hey, can I say something real quick about losing? First off, I'm serious.
Yes, because I've been losing a lot. Okay. So I would love to hear your comments.
First off, you've kind of been.
Yeah, I'm a loser.
Occupied buying a whole new tennis club to yourself.
Loser?
No. I've never said that on air. No.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a T-shirt next time. Loser. No. I'm gonna win one of these times. Okay, good.
You listen. I know you're game, but. Okay, so I've had this conversation before with people that have said, "Man, Ryan, I've been playing well. I've been training. I've been doing my thing.
Yeah,
I'm not. It's not translating to W's." And one of my first questions, oftentimes, is like, "What's going on? You got a big project at work? You got this? You got that?"
Yeah.
And almost always, Michelle, they're like, "Well, so my daughter is due any day now." I'm like, well, okay. You're a little bit preoccupied first off.
That's a really good one. There's life. Life's going on. Yeah, I've had a lot. Yeah.
We get to check it out today.
I know. And I'm so thrilled. God. Right? I'm so excited. I'm so excited that we get to have this beautiful venue to share, but also to share with y'all. Like I'm excited to have a community of people that love tennis like we do, right, in a beautiful, Texas Hill Country location.
And not just that, Michelle, we can, as we're doing right now, we can open up this to the people that don't live here.
Yes.
And they get a little slice of it.
Yeah.
It's our first live or our first video too, right?
First video.
This is super cool. I mean, they get to see, not to just see us dorks yapping on the mic, but also this amazing, not just the hill country, but this amazing facility we get to call home now.
It's so great.
And they get a little window into that, and I'm amped that we can use this platform to share with the rest of them out there as well, that aren't just here in Austin, Texas.
Me too. Well, so for your other topics, I know that we're building. Let's build on it. So for our next podcast, let's come back tomorrow.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Let's do it.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, why not?
After our drill?
Okay.
And let's work on that. What are the next two topics?
Or the ones that we're covering today? Okay, so we talked about... are you talking about for tomorrow or what we've been doing?
Okay, so what do you do today and what are we going to talk about tomorrow?
Okay, tomorrow.
Because I know there's three of them.
Exactly. Okay.
Spin.
So spin, pace. And where you hit the damn thing.
Location. Okay.
Exactly.
So tomorrow is pace and location.
Let's do that.
Does that sound good?
Why don't we pick up where we left off, do a little bit of pace and location?
Yeah.
Because again, I started off by saying that I think, I don't know if I started off by saying it today, but I alluded to the fact that some of us just want to hit the ever-living piss out of it and pray that it goes in. And we got that pesky net and lines that we got to deal with, and they got to land inside.
That's what I love about tennis.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I've said this before, but I'll say it again. If we were all born on the service line, half of us would run to the net, the other half would run to the baseline.
Mm-hmm.
And my analogy there is half of us are going to be wanting to hit the hell out of it, the other are going to be maybe a little too conservative.
Sure.
So we'll leave a little suspense on that, but figuring out how to find that happy medium when it comes to pace.
Oh, absolutely.
That reliable happy medium.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll tell you what, these two lead into the third one. When you have a good command of how hard you should hit it and what kind of spin you should put on it, that opens the doors to really being able to locate the ball where you want it to be in the court.
Oh, cool.
Because we don't have that, if we don't have our finger on how fast we should hit it, or at least being able to control how quickly we hit it.
Yep.
And of course, taking pace off, changing the spin on the ball. Those two things are pretty paramount to being able to hit it where you want. So we can dive into those tomorrow.
I'm so excited.
I know.
I love it.
I know.
And one thing I'd love to do is just take some video of some of the things we talked about during our drill tomorrow.
Yeah, why not?
I told Joe, I said, watch out, Joe. You're going to be a model on our YouTube video. Yeah. But one thing I would love to see, if we could video tomorrow, is a little bit of the spin that you were talking about. Like
just
playing feeling it off. Yeah. Because for people out there that don't have access to Orion, what is something they can do to get that feel for the spin?
Well, and not just that, Michelle, in a sport where you need somebody else usually to do anything on the court. This is something that I used to do in my room. Just watch TV.
To get that feel.
And you can hit backspin on it and continue to feel it, and it pops up. And a lot of you players out there probably know what I'm talking about already. But, it just...
I don't.
Feel it.
Yeah.
Super simple to do. And
while you're watching football.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One of the things you can do on your own, servings, of course, one of the big things we can do on our own. But something you can just, being able to feel the ball on your strings is understandably a pretty important deal.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. I'm so excive.
Let's do it.
I'm going to have topspin.
Back to back? We'll do a little back to back episode?
Well, yeah, back to back.
I'm pumped about it.
You like it?
Heck yeah.
Okay, all right.
This is beautiful.
High five.
Yeah, dude.
People can see us now.
Yeah, dude.
We better not miss our high five.
I know. we can go back and put another one in.
Oh, that's true. Edit.
Listen, I can't stop gushing about it, but, reporting from on location here, the beautiful, newly acquired Lakecliff Racquet Club here in Spicewood, Texas is
pretty dang cool. It's a treat.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. More to come. Right. I'm still trying to figure out what we do if it rains. Yeah. It doesn't rain that often, but I guess then we're back to my house.
Yeah. Oh, I got you.
If we're recording, we can't sit out here.
I don't know. We can figure something out. But,
yeah. I'll get some umbrella holders.
The cool canopies you were talking about there.
Underneath. We could do it underneath the patio here. Yeah. I like it. Yeah.
We got a cool party spot.
We do.
The land here is awesome.
It's beautiful.
No, you guys are blessed to get your hands on this.
We're good. We won't be missing any episodes for weather.
Turn the volume
unless it's really cold.
Mm-hmm.
No, then we'll just wear a lot of clothing. Yeah, can do it.
We got to give them what they want. Right here.
We're here for you guys. We're going to be like,
this is going to be the shortest episode. Okay, listen.
The 3-minute episode. Mm-hmm. I like it. All right. So, Ryan.
Yeah.
How do I reach you?
Vega Tennis TX.
Yeah.
On Instagram. Please come follow me.
Follow him.
All things tennis.
Yeah.
Now that I'm with you guys here at Lakecliff, again, I can't I can't stop smiling about it. But
yeah, me too.
But Vega Tennis is still going strong, and you know,
it's cool.
We have some cool ideas coming down in the future with Yetis and apparel and cool stuff with Vega Tennis on it as well.
I love it.
And being able to cross promote through Lakecliff and what we got here is
so cool.
It's gonna be really cool. So please come follow me, y'all. Vega Tennis TX on Instagram, our Vega Tennis on Facebook. And come follow our story. Come tag along with us as we go through this cool journey.
Absolutely.
What about you?
Yeah, me.
Please.
Thank you.
Come on.
Michelle Nipko on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm recently a Wilson social media ambassador.
Shout out.
Boom,
Badass.
boom. I ordered my custom racket.
Hell yeah.
So I ordered a pink racket, which I thought it was cool, like pink and white. You get to design it however you want.
Right.
Then I didn't know Wilson was doing this, but they had this competition. It was like a 64 bracket.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
So it's like
people were voting for
like a singles draw.
It's like a singles draw. So I'm like, oh. So I won the first round. I was all excited. And then the second round, I lost. But I noticed that all the people that had pink lost because dudes are going to vote for pink. Come on, dudes. So anyway, but I'm still
you won one round.
I did. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm not a total loser.
Your racket made it through one round. Okay.
Thank you. I'm proud.
You're proud of
I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that.
But yeah, Michelle Nipko, you're killing it on the daily on your Instagram.
Yeah, thank you. I love doing it. It's so fun. I don't know. Whoever made the Instagram, good job. I'm like, oh, these stories are really fun.
You know, it was a high level Facebook exec that created Instagram.
Well, yeah.
You knew about this?
Did Facebook acquired Instagram?
So when I actually read the story not too long ago. So years ago, a high level Facebook exec quit Facebook with this great idea of Instagram.
Yeah.
Brought 12 people with him.
Okay.
13 people total.
Did they not sign a non-compete?
I don't know what happened. I mean,
I wouldn't go against Facebook, but it worked.
He broke off and did his thing and started Instagram. Facebook came around as soon as it became a real thing.
Yeah.
And they sold it for $13 billion. They all became billionaires.
Whoa.
This is years ago.
Let's invent something.
Oh,
I don't know what it is.
Something.
Dude,
tennis related for sure.
Yeah.
But no joke. I also read that IG is up to, I think, 52% more effective to promote your business and than any other social platform.
Well, I love it, and this is my day job because it's what I do. It's interest based. You can follow a hashtag, so it's not just. I mean, Facebook's great for connecting with people and your friends, but Instagram is like you can follow hashtag tennis, and then you see everything tennis.
Hashtag Lakecliff Racquet Club.
Oh,
right.
I like that.
Yeah,
hashtag addicted to sets.
Straight up.
I like it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rectangle rats.
Rectangle rats.
That's us.
That's us. Rectangle rats. No, you came up with get addicted.
Get addicted.
I like that.
Yeah. You know what? We're gonna have some swag coming out with the get
addicted. We got to.
You know, why not?
Let's do it.
Let's get addicted.
I love it. Get Ashley designing it. She's an amazing artist. Love it.
Shout out
his
to her.
wife. Hello. Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Ash.
But I know she's got a million other things going. She's got
we have 4 children. First off,
keep human beings alive.
I mean, listen,
that's a big job.
I get to come out here and hang out and teach tennis and yap with you in the podcast. Meanwhile, she's back home holding our family down. So she's amazing. She really is.
And they're your beautiful children.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
By the way, we got home from the party the other night.
Yeah.
The first time they got to see the club, of course. And basically every morning since then, they're like, so when do we get to go back to the club?
When do we go back?
Dad, you told me you're going to work there. When do we get to go back? I'm like, chill. We're going to get this thing going.
That's so sweet.
But they loved it. They loved being around you guys.
Aw, they're so cool. So fun.
I mean, much hats off to my amazing woman for doing what she does. She's off to Driftwood tonight to doing a big photo shoot tonight.
Yes.
7 to 10. So
such a talented photographer.
Oh man,
I love it.
She takes
a lot
care
of talent.
All my business
in one family.
Oh, we're blessed.
I love it. I love it. So okay, all right. So let's hope.
Yeah.
Everything worked.
I know.
And if it didn't, we're going to delete it all and do it again tomorrow. Welcome to a self-produced podcasting.
Exactly. We do our own thing. We
do our thing.
Come on.
Do what we want. Might not work, but we do it.
We'll try it hard.
All right. Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks for showing.
Bye.